Yeah, I figured it'd be a nice gift to give them. There it is right there.
Well,
A Tangelo we gave them.
but why is there a little bit still a hole?
I don't know.
I
was just checking out this Sally Holmes rooted rose plug that we got last season. And it did not want to pull out of the ground. It was already starting to root in the ground. Got some buds there, probably leaf buds, I'm assuming. Got a lot of nice growth. I think I actually got 2 different rose plugs last year, little tiny ones in a pot, and the other one didn't make it. We probably need to fertilize this guy and get it a little bit happier, or at least put some compost. What we have here is basically cage stuff from a lizard. Or lizards, you know, so it's got lizard poop, mulch, it's got like magnolia leaves, oak leaves, you know, possibly we had mealworms, superworms, all kinds of stuff, and it kind of composted down over a while. And we're going to this is going to be kind of like a compost. We're just going to put it right here over this guy, feed it, see how it does. Maybe just a little bit more. And we're going to see how that does as a compost, as a plant food. I really don't know what we're going to do with, where we're going to put all of those roses. And I'm sure we're not done either. As far as, you know, that's like Natalie's big thing in the last couple seasons here, since last year. But guess what? If you can't tell, it's another dreary day. Rainy, supposed to be more thunderstorms, so rain for 2 days in a row. Probably not a lot we can do as far as, you know, planting or building beds or anything like that. Although this isn't a raised bed episode, it's kind of just a general garden vlog today. I am still kind of looking at raised bed number 2, which we bombed with fire ants and everything. We already had a big mound back there. Kind of wondering how we're going to tackle this when we go to plant our avocado in here, our large avocado. Again, my concern is that it's like 2.5, 3 feet at the tip there, so that might be way too high for it to properly maintain moisture. Maybe I'm wrong, but from the limited knowledge I have talking to other people that do these types of beds, you know, 8-10 inches, maybe 14 max, but a lot of it also has to do with avocados having shallow root systems. So getting moisture during, you know, when it's not raining a lot, you know, how often do you have to put a drip system or you know, sprinkler, or water it manually, and how likely is it to topple over in our strong winds because it's way up here, or it may not ever be as dense as it is down there, you know, on the ground that has settled for years. So do we go to the side here and go down like here and just work some of that dirt in here, you know, because this is a big container. It's not like a gallon or 3 gallon size container. It's a big pot. We're gonna have to somehow work in this mound to the back, to the front, to the sides, somewhere. Not at the top though, I don't believe. Pretty much none of the strawberries we got this year have been good. Like 80% are like sucky, terrible. Even ones that have a deep red color on them. So this is going to the compost. Pretty much a waste of whatever, $5, $6, $8. And look how good they look. These containers are great to reuse, and some of them even last 2 or 3 seasons. JJ, do you want to put some of these little African marigold seeds in here?
Bug! What bug is that?
I don't know. It's probably a beneficial one. Kids, pinch a few and just spread them evenly all around there. No, not the whole head. You got to kind of spread them. Oh, boy. All right, just let me do it. Yeah, you got to separate the seeds from the flower heads. Maybe that was a little bit too hard for y'all guys. All right. Oh, don't get that many. That's way too many. All right, try to spread them evenly, Charlie. Wind's going to blow a lot of them away, too. A little tiny bit, JJ. So we got it bottom watering that guy there, and it'll soak up a little bit of water through the peat moss, and maybe the peat moss will even come up a little bit higher as it swells. And then we'll just set it out on the ground out here and hope a dog or some other animal doesn't come and knock it out. My most hated vegetables is onions. And I got like a blend of 100 bulbs for $2 just to see if we could grow. Just put a few here, a few there, a few everywhere. And we probably won't use all 100 right now. Check it out, our wax beans are coming up. Put that down. Here's one. Here's a little area. I don't even know if there's any dirt here. I'm gonna push it kind of just underneath all that stuff and see what happens. I'm just gonna put a big one right here in this little pile of dirt. Back on raised bed number 1. Let's see if we can find an area we can just dump a little bit of compost or garden soil in and put a couple, you know, or several in this guy. We got a red or purple and a white one and just a little bit of soil here. And hopefully it'll penetrate below the soil and into where everything is, you know, kind of airy and everything else. We don't know how these are gonna grow. 3 more, and I dumped a lot of dirt right here. I didn't mean to dump this much, but hey, we'll see if it needs this much dirt or more. Maybe I'll put a little bit more on top there. Okay. Though I'm not labeling some of these things, I'm keeping an eye on where I dump dirt. So when I have these dirt patches like that, I know I put some sort of seeds or tubers or bulbs in right here, and I dumped a lot of soil in it. We're gonna just cover the tops here and see how it goes. Get raised bed 2. I think I'm gonna put, you know, I did put something there. I don't remember what it was, where the ant bed bomb was, the fire ant bomb was put. I'm gonna go down a little lower and put some dirt here and put a few in there. See, I put a bunch in there. Hope Natalie doesn't get too mad at me for using up so much of her potting soil here, which we got for our flowers. We're just gonna have to probably start buying it by the truckload instead of by the bags. Just a little bit more. And this is already kind of moist, and we're having rainy weather, so I'm not gonna bother watering. So that's probably our sunnier areas in these 2 beds here. And I put a few in shadier raised beds, but most of the other raised beds besides, I guess, the peach, I guess we can put some there. And maybe the future apple planting bed, we'll put some later there. A little corner here at the peach beds that I think would be good for some that. Let's put like 3 or 4 of these onion bulbs. There we go. We topped it off. Wait for some rain to hit it and see what happens. Got a few pots here from our other like planting endeavors this season, and I know it's not the right time to plant strawberries in the ground, but they are sort of perennial. So let's do maybe half of the roots in pots and half of them in a couple of the beds. And just see what happens. See if we can protect the potted ones just in case the ones in the bed don't make it through the summer. Bundled in a tight bundle, and that's basically a root right there. Looks like nothing. I got them bottom soaking with water. That big pot there, I put a little bit of that lizard poop soil on it, and this one here, we put a little bit of the Happy Life compost and cow poop mix. We'll see if that gives it a boost or, you know, does anything at all for the sprouting and the vigor or whatever when they come out. This is the roots. They're kind of hard to separate. This palmetto raised bed, I just pulled some of the logs back and I used that little crevice there to put some dirt in it. And we may try to close that in a little bit, so hopefully it'll come out here or possibly right there and have a little strawberry plant. Here at the Meyer Lemon, I moved one of these little logs that was here back, and I think I can put some dirt there as well. Packed in there. Again, anywhere where I put dirt in a place that looks strange is where I'm planting something, roots or seeds or whatever. So I'll know something has been planted there. If it doesn't come up next year, then we'll do something else. You ready to plant some strawberry roots in this raised bed?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna put some soil right there, and I'm gonna separate the roots. I'm gonna let you put a root down and then cover it, okay? All right, JJ, get some of that compost, and then cover this guy good. Cover it well, so if it rains, it doesn't just like knock the roots out. Need a lot more than that.
One more?
Way more.
Okay.
I guess I should have got a cup for us to do this. All right, hopefully that'll keep it in place there. Okay, well, right here is a nice little place. Let's push it in a little bit. And we gotta fill it in a little bit more, but you can't get in there, can you? All right, I'll do it. Let's pat it down, and this is soaking wet, so we don't have to water it either. Are you excited if we get strawberries?
Yes.
So we have a perennial peanut here, and we got 3 of them total. We're gonna plant them all in wetlands areas so that they do not spread. They absolutely, supposedly do not like wet feet. There is water right under the bed. If I step there with my shoes, they're gonna get soaked. It's just muddy all around. This is the pomelo plant again. Maybe if we can do some dirt or something here or there, try to push it in there and just see what happens. It's gonna be, you know, maybe a few inches, 4, 5, 6 inches from the actual water there. Or we could go right there a little bit higher and see what happens. There we go. I had to push it really hard to get it in there, but I put a little bit of mushroom compost in there. It's pretty dense. Well, let's see how it does. Number 2 and number 3 is going to be reserved for the wettest area in our yard and most shadiest probably too. But we need to have at least one of these in the full sun. Yeah, and right? Perennial peanuts supposedly can take over, but they don't like wet feet. So if we can contain them in a raised bed in a wetlands area, and you know, and they do well, you know, that's always a plus. We put it right here in a crevice. Hopefully we don't have to add any more soil. Push it in there. It might need a little soil there or something. Let's just put some of this guinea pig bed in here, trying to make it less airy, I guess. Maybe that'll work for it. And there we go. 2 out of 3. Check out how green this squash or pumpkin that we grew last season is doing again, where it kind of didn't die down and kind of self-rooted. Kefir pear is sure in full bloom now. Lots and lots of blooms. All right, guys, we got a nice little breeze here. Check it out. Got a little bit more sunnier than it was this morning. So yesterday we actually did looking at the tangelo we gave to someone, you know, kind of as a thank you for bringing all those pine logs to us. 3 loads of logs to use for our raised bed projects. And today I didn't think we were going to get anything done, but we planted some bulbs and seeds, and we're trying to figure out what we need to move forward. You know, more planters or seed starting kits or whatever. And I guess we need to gather up the gallon-esque size pots to do a lot of these cannas and gladiolus and all kinds of stuff. So we probably need to put some of them in the bed, some of them in the ground, some of them in pots. And we obviously need way more potting soil than what we have. Got these 36-inch planters the other day, 2 of them from Lowe's. They're almost $14 a piece, and they don't even have holes in the bottom. So we're gonna have to drill holes in the bottom and, you know, put about five flowers in each one. We get some drier weather over the next week or 2, so we can start maybe picking some dewberries and getting them ready to make pies or cobblers or something with, or preserves. All right, guys, take care.